How are we doing, boys and girls? Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Hey, look, it's a dog. Hey. There's 2 dogs in here today. Got all the doggos with us today. Coffee, good. How are we all doing? How are we doing? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome in. I'm finally able to sit down and play some WoW. Yes. Finally. Yes, it's actually sunny outside as well. Coffee's good, sun's good, everything's on the go nicely, especially since we get to play some video games. Let's jump in. Oh, Trading Post is a thing tomorrow, right? Am I right? Trading Post turns up tomorrow? I think it does. What's the Oh, hello. Oh, hang on. What's this? You guys are not going to be able to hear this, are you? Probably for good reason, because that's mega loud. Let's throw that up in this screen. I want to watch this Trading Post business. I want to watch this. What is this all about? Why do you guys not hear Chrome? Wow, good way to start the stream today with technical issues. Always the way. Chrome, wow, okay, it's found it twice. That's really helpful. There we go. New cosmetics. All I want is the long boy. Genuinely. Hang on. Was that eat a slice of chocolate cake? Hang on. What was this one? Eat a chocolate cake slice, lovely cake slice, and a berry pie slice. Okay, they really are going to make you do some weird and wacky stuff, aren't they? Okay then, fine. Whoa! Where's the shiny gold putty cat come from? I likes. Not sure about the exact timing. It's meant to be the 1st of February, but isn't it NA first? I think it comes out with this coming reset. So if you're Team NA, you probably get access to it later on today. How is this unlisted? Why is this video unlisted? How has it got 18,000 views and it's unlisted? Why have they done that? Why have they unlisted it? Maybe... Okay. Did anybody else spot that the golden cat turned into the regular spectral one at some point? Anybody else? Where's it gone? We have gold kitty. We have spectral kitty. Slightly different armor, sure. But do you reckon they're going to... don't destroy what is the spectral tiger blizzard, please. At night, it changes colour. Is that what we're saying? During the day. And then it changes colour at night. Ooh. That's fancy. That's fancy. Didn't really do a lot to show... Hello there. Didn't really do too much to showcase exactly what it's going to be. But, you know, I unfortunately didn't spend any time on the PTR testing this. It landed on the PTR at a point in time where I was just about to start moving house, so I didn't get much time to have a little bit of a look at it, but it looks quite cool all the same. Well, so we have that to play with tomorrow then. What is it? Something like 500... I want to say 500... 500 trader tokens. What's the currency going to be called? Wowhead will have the answers for me, won't it? Wowhead knows all of the stuff. Surely Wowhead knows what's the crack with this. 500 points and you can earn up to another 500. Okay. Trading post rewards, trading post overview, trading post activities. Trading post battle pass overview. Wow, that's daring, Wowhead. After the backlash. When was this published? Okay, it was updated like 15 hours ago. It doesn't say when it was first published. Calling it a battle pass is is risky territory. I can imagine that's going to cause some people some issues. Right. What is the trading post? The trading post is a new reward shop being added. Yeah. You earn Trader's Tender. Sure. Trader's Tender is the new account-wide currency used to purchase cosmetics. Players who have an account in good standing, so screw you bots, can collect a free 500 Trader's Tenders from a chest every month, completing monthly challenges in the Traveler Log rewards up to 500 Trader's Tender. And a special 500 Trader's Tender will be awarded to those players who purchase Dragonflight. Now, that better be retroactive. That better not make me want to buy another copy of Dragonflight just to get 500 more Trader Tender. What do you reckon the odds is they'll put something at like 1100? They'll make something cost 1100. They're clearly going to do some shenanigans like that, aren't they? Any goal making in those tokens, like delivering items to get tokens or do special things, like to get the tokens? I would suspect that it's going to have more to do with the tasks that you have to complete, right? So if you get a bunch of tasks, like we saw in that little trailer, if there's a bunch of tasks that say eat a piece of chocolate cake, then guess what? All of a sudden, crafting and selling chocolate cakes might be quite lucrative. There is the word professions here, so maybe there could be some craft X amount of this or fulfill X amount of work orders. Who knows? Maybe we can find out a little bit more. When does it unlock? It'll unlock the 1st of February. It's going to be in either Orgrimmar or Stormwind. That's just outside the... Okay, I know where that is. That's just outside the... Wow, you can tell I haven't played WoW for a while. The dungeon in Stormwind. Stockades. Woo! There we go. My brain literally stopped on me for a minute there. I think it was somewhere that we also get those who already have Dragonfly. I mean, it better be. It better be. Trading Post rewards are exclusively cosmetic. Many of the Trading Post rewards are exclusive to the Trading Post, however, not all of them are. The Trading Post has a brand new reward and an old rewards, including previous store exclusive items such as the Celestial Steed. 900 Trader's Tender. So if you want this bad boy, you're going to have to... Okay, you're going to get 500 in your little goodie box. Then you're going to want 400 more. You're going to want to complete a whole bunch of activities. There could be a lot of goal making opportunity in this. I'm not going to lie. There could be a lot of opportunities in this, and because people will be scrapping around to do everything they possibly can to get these traders tenders if there's big shiny mounts available. Here are the current Trading Post rewards. The Celestial Steed. We can see this little shiny pony. There's the shiny pony. Originally added back in patch 3.3. Now, this is an interesting thing to note. 34% of people, over 1 in 3 people already have this. And this is a store mount. That goes to show you, right? That goes to show that a lot of the people who are still playing are real old school OG players. If 1 in 3 people have a mount that was originally only available from the store, that's wild. I wonder how accurate that number is. I'm sure it's not that accurate, but oof. It's 1 in 3 people that have a Wowhead account. Yeah, sure, but there's definitely something to be said that to not only play the game, but to also have a Wowhead account is... I mean, I'm not even logged into mine right now. But considering you just pair it up with Battle.net, it's you know... It's still a very high number, even if it's only of people that have Wowhead accounts. Fury of the Fire Lord, a one-handed mace. So 750. Do we think that this is going to... Who's going to really want some of this? Paladins, warriors, druids, death knights, priests, rogues, shamans, monks, and evokers. Is there anybody out there that really... I suppose it's a cosmetic, isn't it? So it's like you can fiery axe, fiery mace, sorry, all good. What else we got? Battle pet. Garlock, the battle pet. Who's this fella then? Oh, yes, this little dude. He's a brand new one. He's quite cool. People will want this one. So this is going to be the problem, right? Because you're going to have to pick and choose. You're going to have to pick and choose. Either you get the funky little battle pet. If you're more into transmog, you get the transmog. If you're more into mounts and collecting, maybe. If you are a mount collector, I suppose you probably might have this, but I would love it in white or blue for DK. I think you can save one item over to the next month. But then what happens if there's something even cooler in the next month, you know? This might be the thing. Welcome to the world of choice. Meaningful choice, as Blizzard likes to call it. We're going to have meaningful choice again. And then there's just like lots of little bits of cosmetics that if you happen to... I suspect that we'll probably see the top tier stuff. Maybe like once every 6 months or something, it'll come back round. I don't think the pool of top tier items is going to be too large. Maybe so that people can slowly but surely over time pick up the good stuff. Once they've got the good stuff, then they'll pick up some of the basic stuff, I'd imagine. But I'm not going to have a look through all of these because I don't particularly care, because most of it's transmog. The irony here for me is that because it's all cosmetic, I don't really care. I genuinely don't care about most of it. Expecting the Longboy to appear seems optimistic. It does. It does. The only way I can suspect that they might ever... Let's cross everything. Fingers, hands, toes. Cross everything. The only way I suspect the Longboy might turn up is it'd be like 2,000 traders tender, and it would require you maybe to actually save up for a good period of time. But I don't know. I don't know. The irony is that if they because they've got to be careful. Now, I know I'm incredibly biased because I'm one of the very few people out there that doesn't own a Longboy that actually desperately would quite like to have it. But I cannot see any other item in the game that is more prestigious than the Longboy right now. Even trading card game pets and mounts, Spectral Tiger, Swift Zullian Tiger, they're cool and all, but guess what? The Longboy has an auction house on it. It's the only mount that's ever existed that has an auction house on it. It's just cool. If Blizzard come out and say that the Longboy is in the loot pool, then nobody will spend points on anything. They'll just stockpile all the points until the Longboy turns up, and then they'll buy the Longboy. And at that point, they probably won't care about the system anymore. It'll be good for engagement. It'll be very, very good for engagement. But then people will just stockpile, and they'll be, FOMO, fear of missing out. They won't spend their points for the fear of missing out on the Longboy again. Imagine missing out on it twice, right? You'd be mad. Booze, what are we whiffing at? Doggo. she's seen something. I see cat. I think so. What is she seeing? What are you looking at? We're looking at doggos. Oh, it's another doggo. Oh, I see. There's a lady walking her doggo. It's not on our yard. It's fine. Get out of my garden. Yeah, pretty much. Is there a token cap? That's a good question. It's a real good question. I'm not sure. I mean, if there was a cap, you know. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Trading post rewards. Let's take a little bit of a look at this then. Manthieus survived moving 4 tons of old school electricity. I did, only just though. Holy Jesus. And now doggo number 2's interested. Silly dogs. The trading post rewards are exclusively cosmetic. Many of the trading post rewards are exclusive to the trading post. Blah, blah, blah. I think we've read this bit, haven't we? Rewards will rotate every month. You can freeze one reward, which allows it to be purchasable after it rotates out. For example, if you froze the Celestial Steed, you'd be able to purchase it after it is rotated out of the shop at the end of the month. Every month has a special reward for completing the Traveler's Log progress bar for that month. For February, it's the Harbinger of Dawn. Under normal circumstances would cost 999 Traders Tender. This is the putty cat that changes color, right? Okay. All right. This alone is going to jack up the engagement to outrageous levels. Because there's not a single person in the game that doesn't think this is cool. I'm telling you that now. Everybody's going to be on that. I tell you what, this dude makes an ungodly amount of videos. I wonder if he's actually employed by Wowhead to make these videos. Notorious microtransaction hater equals me equals yeah, that cat's cool. Yeah, see, this is it, right? There's nobody out there that can look at a gold putty cat and go, yeah, I don't like it. It's just cool. Something about it. This dude's transitions are a bit grim though. If it does genuinely turn different colors at different times in the day, that's super fun. It's ironic because it's super simple to it's super simple to code. It just has 2 different skins and you link them to the in-game time. Okay. But that's quite cool. So everybody's going to be after that double time. Absolutely double time. So the Celestial Steed is there for those that didn't buy it in the store. You got daytime, nighttime cat. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of daytime. Hang on. Daytime, nighttime bird. Who remembers this thing, right? Daytime, nighttime. Daytime, nighttime. Anyone for a game of daytime, nighttime? I don't know if I should play it on stream because it's almost guaranteed to get me copyrighted, but
nighttime. Daytime.
Daytime.
Nighttime.
Daytime. Daytime.
What are you doing? Having a game of nighttime, daytime. You want to play? No, you're right. I got an Xbox.
Oh, you're right. I got an Xbox. It's just funny. Okay. I amuse myself sometimes. Okay, so these are the current rewards. Do we have a sneak? We don't really know what's going to come up in the future then. Okay, fine. How to earn the Trader's Tender. With a cap of 500 Trader's Tender that will be earned each month, You'll be able to pick and choose the challenges you would like to do, since there'll be far more Traders Tender available than the to be earned than the cap of 500. The challenges will be themed and changed monthly. The challenges range between 50 to 200 Traders Tender as a reward. Some example challenges which have been data mined: participate in the feast, fulfill public crafting orders. Oh shit, the bed. Oh no. Alright, fine. Fill public crafting orders. You notice how it says public crafting orders and not personal? This means you can't scamaz the system. Well, I mean, you can, you just have to be very quick before somebody else claims it. Okay. Inscription for the win. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, just do it on your scribe. If in doubt, just do it on the scribe. Although saying that, everybody will get a free bunch of cheap knowledge points, because all the scribes will be filling out public orders for 1 gold. Yep, 1 gold books for life. Yep. Show some love to the dragon aspects. Slash love at the dragon aspects in Valdrakken, 50 points. Okay. So there's going to be a bunch of just dumb shit. Can we see... Oh, hang on. Let's load it. Oh, is that the end of the article? That's the end of the article. Maybe we'll have a look at the data mined. Data mine tasks. So, my question is are there any that are gold making-esque? So we have Grand Hunts with the Centaurs, participate in the Tuskar's Feast, use the buddy system whilst climbing, this is a world quest, complete group dragon riding races, harpoon a fish with 5 friends, lunker parties, complete the weekly gathering quests, 100. Weekly profession quests can be obtained within the Artisans Market in Valdrakken. See, the thing is that I'm not going to have to go out of my way to get the 500, because I wonder if that's a one-time thing, right? You can't log on to like 5 different characters and do the same task on each. These better be account-wide, or at least they're obtainable. So, you know, you complete a bunch of quests and you get 100, right? You can't log on to 4 other alts and just do the gathering quests and then be done with the whole event, hopefully. Complete 5 dungeons in a cross-faction group. Show some love to the dragon aspects. Use happy pet snacks. Happy pet snacks can be purchased at the pet supply vendor in Dalaran. Are happy pet snacks bind on account, bind on pickup, bind on equip? What are happy pet snacks? Can you sell these things? You know, goblin brain ticking. Bop, I think. Okay. Show some love to the trading post. Slash love the trading post merchants and their wares. Alright, fine. Slash love at 2 specified fallen dragons. Fulfill public crafting orders. There she be. 200 points. 200 points. So, fulfilling public crafting orders will net you 200 points. Why is it not place public work orders? We already have too many reasons for people to fill public orders. Now, I do appreciate that having achievements slash quests slash whatever to place public orders is literally cooking the books, right? But, you know, if you want to drive some engagement in the system, you have to start somewhere. If you can't generate it naturally, then how about we use a few black hat methods and just tell people to place orders for shit, so that the people that need to fill them can get them filled. You add this on top of the fact that people have a quest every week that they're trying to complete to fill orders. There's already too many reasons to fill them, not enough reasons to place them. Lovers in the air, have a romantic picnic in the Anaran Plains. Between this date and this date, use a romantic picnic basket for 150 points. Defeat Dragon Isle's Master Tamers with Dragonkin pets. Love is in the air. Kill Apothecary Hummel. I wonder, actually, that's a good point. With Love is in the air literally round the corner. You know what that means? No. It means everybody gets the love rocket this year. Damn. I wonder if they're going to forget about that. Still no word on the love rocket drop being nerfed like they said it might. Looks like it might be doing it daily on 60 characters. Well, this is it. After the uproar last year, they finally came out at some point. I wish I could quote it, but they did say that they were going to up the drop rate of the mount in the upcoming years. Now, it's been about 12 months since that shenanigans. I've enjoyed flying around on my love rocket, but I'm also very much looking forward to not having to kill Apothecary Hummel 500 times a day, because that was not fun. But once you've got the mount, you've got the mount. But if it's going to be a freebie for everybody now. They said they were looking at holiday mount changes, but it wouldn't be in time for last year's event. Silence since. Maybe they forgot. Maybe they forgot. We'll see, shall we? I've got it anyway, so screw the lot of you. You lot have the long boy, I've got the love rocket. It's all fair. All fair. Jack the Dipper has come online. Really? Well. Harpoon with a fish friend. Lovers in the air, pedal feats Hearthstone in the Dragon Isles. I tell you what, getting 500 points is going to be a 10-minute job. And you're going to do it accidentally. This is no challenge. This is no month-long chip away thing. These rewards seem remarkably high. Didn't even know what the event mob's name was. Oh, it's embedded in my brain. Kill some of the special creatures during the storms for 100 points. Let's not forget, you only need 500 points. You only need 500 points, and so you'll accidentally complete this without any... You know, you play the game for more than 5 minutes and you'll have all of this. You'll have 500 points. Not really anything that appears to be too gold-makery, though. Create 20 auctions. Okay. That seems pretty basic. Eat some chocolate cake, some lovely cake, and some berry pie. There's gold-making elements in that, for sure. If you've got the chocolate... Oh, that was a Freudian slip, wasn't it? The chocolate cake slice. If you've got the chocolate cake recipe, or can make chocolate cakes, getting those crafted today is maybe not a bad idea. I think the dog's having a staring contest with the other dogs. She likes just looking out the window, don't you? Aye, yeah. You licking your lips? What have you seen? Seen the squizzle? She's happy. The event boss's name is God damn it, you didn't drop my mount again. Yeah, sure. We're going to have to go to a specific place to turn it in, or is it going to be automatic? It's a fill the bar thing, as far as I'm aware. From what it looks like, anyway. Obtain and use a spectral feather. Hatching of the hippogriffs. What is this? From the 23rd to the 24th. Oh, was that a one-day event? Set out a big berry pie. Hug dead players. Oh dear. Okay. Well, there's genuinely nothing much there than maybe chocolate cake, lovely cake, and berry pie. Chocolate cake, I believe, is a... In fact, which character am I on? Hang on. I think I've got the chocolate cake recipe on my hunter. It's one of those things that I probably did at some point. In fact, I even think I made a video once upon a time about the chocolate cake. So I should remember this. I don't know what the lovely cake slice is, though. Is that maybe a recipe that comes from the Lovers in the Air event, or is it a drop from the Lovers in the Air? And berry pie is a vendor item, right? Let's have a look. Let me try and remember. Diddle-diddle-diddle, apparently. Cake. What do we got here? What do we got here? What? Do I not have the cake recipe? No. Show learn, show unlearn. Delicious chocolate cake. Why when I search cake, right? Cake. Oh, now it does show up. Okay, I lie. Delicious chocolate cake. Okay. These. There could be some money in these. If you got to eat some delicious chocolate cake. A chocolate cake slice. And in turn, any of the materials that go into said chocolate cake. Now, this is no dead cert, but, you know, depending on where you play, depending on which realm you're on, there might be some options there. I can't for the life of me remember where said chocolate cake comes from, the recipe comes from. You know what? You know how we fix this? We find the video I did about it 1,000,000 years ago. Or what feels like 1,000,000 years ago. Videos. Since when did the... Oh, there is a search function. Delicious chocolate cake is so good. 1 year ago. 569 views. Clearly nobody liked it. Let's see what I had to say about the delicious chocolate cake a year ago.
How are we doing there, boys and girls? Manthieus here, and welcome back to another video. So yeah, it's chocolate cake season, boys and girls. World of Warcraft's gone a little bit mad for its...
This is the meta nowadays, by the way. Reacting to your own videos.
Sugary treats, and we're going to work out today exactly why this delicious chocolate cake is selling for such a ridiculous amount, how you can get it.
What was the ridiculous amount, do we think? How much do we think this was actually selling for?
Why you should be selling them too.
Old house looks like a dark dungeon now. You're right. Oh, check out that intro. Beautiful.
So, yes, we're back in the auction.
Okay, I can't listen to myself. It's weird. Delicious chocolate cake. 5 bags? Okay. People were... Well, there you go. There's your price. Chocolate cake slice is going for 99 gold right now. Is it actually the delicious chocolate cake, or is it delicious chocolate slice? Hang on. There's chocolate cake slice? Are they 2 different things? Are they actually 2 different things? Is it not the delicious chocolate cake that you need to make?
This is your time.
Oh, hang on. Chocolate cake slice is something different. You put the cake down and you then take a slice from it. Ah. Okay, so 1 cake equals 1 slice. But then this is going to be... Is this genuinely the region-wide auction house price on these as well? It will be, yeah. That's what you do for the lovely cake as well. Okay. So, well, let's favourite that one just temporarily. You place it down and up to 5 members get a slice out of it. Ah, now it makes sense. You can tell I'd never really used the damn thing. Lovely cake. Slice. Where does the lovely cakes to slice originate from? Lovely cake slice. Lovely cake slice. Create lovely cake slice. It comes from a spell. No shit, Sherlock. Comes from the lovely cake. I should probably have this on screen, shouldn't I? Comes from the lovely cake. Lovely cake costs a grand total of apparently 18 gold. That makes me think that it's purchasable. You buy the lovely cake in Dalaran. Dalaran dailies. Using this cake places a lovely cake graphic on the ground, which is usable by 5 party members before it disappears. A lovely cake slice will appear in your inventory when you use the cake. The cake gives no special animations, emotes, or buffs. It does the same thing as the chocolate celebration cake, but this one is more lovely. Okay, so there's one. There's how you get one of them. Sold by Amy. Amy over in Dalaran for 18 gold a piece. There's your cheeky little flip, boys and girls. You go buy the things for 18 gold a piece. You then go and sell the lovely cake slices for 500 gold a piece. Region-wide auction house, boys and girls. Region-wide auction house. How do I sense this is going to be a little guide today? So, there's the lovely cake. Chocolate cake slice, you need the recipe for. Is it possible to get the recipe right now if you don't already have it? Let's see how this new cake video will perform. Let's see if it's better than 500 views. Set out a delightful cake to celebrate a momentous occasion. There was 3, wasn't there, on that list? What was the third one? Where's it gone? Chocolate cake, lovely cake, and berry pie. Berry pie. Berry pie slice. Also comes from Amy over in Dalaran. Let's go and have a little looky. Now, by no means am I saying that this will make anybody a millionaire, but it's just one of those things, you know, if you take advantage of a small opportunity before others do, today's the day to do it. Haha! Love rocket. Where is this aim? It's around here, right? It's one of you. Some people are already thinking. So, berry pie slice, chocolate celebration cake. Okay. Well, you can buy berry pie slices for 16 copper a piece. They can then be sold for 600 gold a piece. That's, you know, that's quite a turn up for the books. Chocolate celebration cake, 7 gold, 20 a piece. Is that with reputation discount? That must be with reputation discount, right? Surely. Of some sort. Do you have a faction attached to you? You're Kirin Tor. Okay. So, berry pie slices. Wow, you can still not buy any more than 20 at a go. Do they only stack to 20? Oh, Lord, they only stack to 20 as well. Okay.
Step closer and don't mumble. Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Let's put those up there. Let's see. Berry pie slices. Set out a candle-laden chocolate cake. Serves up to 5 members. 30-minute cooldown. So you buy a chocolate cake. You put the chocolate cake on the floor. Boom, there's a chocolate cake. You click the chocolate cake and you get a chocolate cake slice. Look. Can you click it multiple times? Okay. You can get 5 a time. You can only get 5 a time and then the item goes on cooldown for 30 minutes. So, with the cake going on cooldown for 30 minutes, what actually happens here is it slows down the amount of people who can actually generate these quickly, which is why it might actually hold some value. Put 5 pieces of cake up on the auction house. There we go. So there's 2 of the items. So you get 2 from here. What was the third one? Chocolate cake slice. Oh, the lovely cake slice. Where did we say the lovely cake slice comes from? Those who stockpiled in advance are happy. Maybe. Dog's hypnotized. She just likes watching. Lovely cake comes from... Okay. Oh, that's clever. That's clever. Wowhead now shows the difference between NA prices and EU prices for commodity items. Clever. Shrine of the Two Moons, Veil of the Eternal Blossoms, Shrine of the Seven Stars, and in Dalaran. From, apparently, Amy in Dalaran. Why did I not see a lovely cake here, though?
Feel free to browse.
There's no lovely cake. So, getting hungry from all the cake. There's no lovely cake. Does that mean the lovely cake only turns up in the, like, at certain periods of time? Why is there no lovely cake there when it claims there could or should be? Which Dalaran? That's a very good point. That's a very good point. We're currently in like the current Dalaran. How do we quickly switch it to the other Dalaran? There's a person you talk to somewhere, right?
Well met.
No.
Safe
There's,
travels.
how do we get to the other Dalaran? Northrend Dalaran, not Legion Dalaran. Yeah, isn't there a dude somewhere? Oh, you have to go back through the portal room. All right, sure. No. Yes. I'm trying to remember which faction I am. I was like, no, I can't go through there. I'm a goblin. Actually, no, I can go through there because I'm not a goblin anymore. Okay. Which one is it then? Valdraken, Bralus, Orobos, never going there again. Azuna. What we got going on here? Portal to Dalaran, Crystal Song Forest. That's the right one, right? The right one, right? Yeah. That's the correct one. Now, with being in the Northrend version of Dalaran, Does Amy now sell the lovely cake?
My goods are of the highest quality.
Hey, now she sells a lovely cake. Also sells the berry pie slice still. Okay, so if you come to this is one of those opportunities for those that know to take advantage of those that don't know. We always say that knowledge is king, and this is a really good example of this. So if you come to the old school version of Dalaran, the Northrend version of Dalaran, you can buy your berry pie slices and for 16 silver, and quite simply just list them on the auction house. GG, well played. You can buy your chocolate celebration cake, which gives you 5 chocolate cake slices, but is on a 30-minute cooldown. And you can also buy your lovely cake, and your lovely cake as well, I would suspect, would give you 5 slices. Let's plonk this down here. Lovely cake slice. Happy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's your lovely cake slices. Now it's disappeared. And if we buy another cake, I'd suspect it's on cooldown, right? Yeah, another cake is now on cooldown. So you are slightly limited to the amount of lovely cake slices and chocolate cake slices you can produce. But the berry pie slices, you know, go at them. Go get them. Now, there's 2 sides to this story. There's 2 sides to the story. The first side being the fact that you could do this vendor shenanigans, buy them super duper mega cheap. The other side of the story is you could just flip them. I suspect there'll be some auction house shenanigans at play on these things. Now, I want to obviously point out that people don't have to do this specific one, but there will be some people that will be keen to do all of the trading post things, I imagine. This is very speculative. But now with your pie slices and stuff in place, you can list them on the auction house, and GG, well played. I guess. Okay, that's handy to know. Let's head back over to Valdraken. I do that all the time, get booted out and stunned way too often. Yeah, I can't remember which faction I am nowadays. I'm Drain Eye at the moment, simply for the fact that, you know, jewel crafting and prospecting was a bit of fun. Min-maxing that was a bit of fun. On the flip side, though, there's no real reason for me to be Drain Eye outside of that.
I have all the time in the eye.
So I'm very tempted to switch back to being Goblin, you know, for vendor discounts and just general Goblin-esque activities. Quick sanity check on stuff. My God, tier 3 diamonds, still 10k a piece. Is there a floor price? Are we starting to see the effect of floor prices of things? Because I can get at 10k a piece with... Let me look at the... I can do the maths in my head as long as I remember it. Draconium ore quality 2. 15 gold a piece. I can get... Out of that stack of Draconium, I can get 2 quality 3 diamonds. Wow, okay. I shouldn't be saying this on stream because I'm literally just hemorrhaging my own profits here, but up to about 20,000 gold, up to about 20 gold a piece, I can be absolutely printing money with this. At the moment, selling diamonds. That's surprising. I didn't expect there to be quite that much profit in it. On the flip side, Draconium ore at quality 3, I can get 3 diamonds for that. So 9, 18, 27 minus auction house fee. Okay, quality 3 is a little bit on the ropes because you've theoretically got to do something else with all of the other stuff, and that's a bit of a risky business. Okay. So Draconium ore quality 3, General Joe Prospector hasn't got much love right now. But Draenei Prospector Wizard has got a license to print money still. what's the situation with Ceravite? Because Ceravite is actually more likely to affect the price. Okay, Ceravite ore at quality 2. There's nearly 1 million of it. Okay, let's look at the first one. Ceravite ore quality 3. This is straightforward. You get 1 diamond per stack. 1 diamond a stack. You buy 1,000, you get 1 diamond. You spend 10.6k, and then you can go out and you can sell. You can recuperate 9,000 gold of that almost instantly. So you've got all of the gems that you generate from a single stack to sell for 1,000 gold, which should be pretty easy. The problem with Ceravite though is it's slow. By the time that you work out how much let's say you do 20,000 Ceravite an hour, you're maybe making 15k profit if you're lucky in that hour, if you're lucky, and that's tying you up from doing anything. What up, doggos? Don't know what they've seen. Maybe the wife's on the way home. No, she can't be on the way home. What have you seen, doggos? What have you seen? Just some grandma strolling past. Wait, what are you doing? Relax. Alright, okay. It's interesting to see that there's still some, it's still profitable, but it's vendor shuffle level profitable without the reliability of it actually being a vendor shuffle. So Ceravite is just going to dip lower and lower and lower. Although for every 3,000 Ceravite I buy, for every 3,000 Ceravite ore I buy, I get 2 diamonds out of that. So I spend 12,000 gold and make 20. Oh, sorry, 12,000 gold and I sell for 20. The third diamond I get out of that stack is a quality 2 diamond, which sells for how much? 2,300. So 918 plus 2.3. Okay, you're looking at 20k. That's wild. Okay, there's literally a license to print money on this as well. It's just slow. 3,000 Ceravite ore costs you 12,000 gold. As it stands currently, I can turn 12,000 gold into 20,000 gold of item value. How long would it take me to prospect? In about 10 minutes. So that's what, about 8k profit, 8k profit every few minutes. Okay, that's actually pretty gross. Only as a Draenei though. Only as a Draenei. Because you can get the equivalent of about 66% inspiration on a Draenei, which you can't if you're not a Draenei. And I guess Casgarite is still miles out of the realm. Yeah, Casgarite is still too rare. Still way too rare. What doing, doggos? What doing? We went out for a walk like 2 hours ago. Alright. Well, when I get bored, I can prospect some ore. And we can make some gold via prospecting. As it stands right now, though, we got some stuff to do. Not on this dude. Not on this character, anyway. I should actually... I've got a bunch of stuff in my bags. Let's while I'm on this character, I should probably clear through a few things. Expireds. You can tell how infrequently I get to play the game right now.
Take all the time you need.
Even though I, when was it? Friday? We took a bit of a deeper dive into TSM. And the picture wasn't overly pretty. that from a crafting perspective, I still can't find any justification to use TSM. But from an auctioning point of view, it's still ludicrously powerful, which gives me reason to really want to actually knuckle down and make some groups for this, even though from the crafting side of things it's useless. But I just want to have groups in place so that when I hit the auction house, I just press go and it does its thing. It is still capable of doing that. That is still its strong suit. And I need to play into that a little bit more. You know, stuff still sells, you know. If you'll sell it if you list it. This is kind of the thing.
This is when you leave.
Alright. My main task for today, though, actually, is to get my profession stuff on this dude sorted. I kind of want to total up how many knowledge points I've acquired, because I reckon the total's pretty bonkers, actually. I'm 200 plus knowledge points in nearly every profession now. Even professions I've not really done much with. It's all in favor of just trying to have every single profession somewhat optimized, so that give it some time I can do full in-depth guides for each profession. That's my long-term goal for this. But I wonder if I should start keeping track of this, you know. Maybe let's I'm going to keep track of this. Let's do a notepad. I'm intrigued now. Actually, let me start with... Not to mention, this makes an incredibly attractive clickbait thumbnail for a YouTube video. I looked at my YouTube the other day and realised I've not posted a video for 14 days. I am incredibly sorry to my YouTube audience, because that is appalling. Right, let's do some mathematics. Let's do some maths on this and work out what's going on over here. So 30, 60, 90. 90 plus 50 is 140. So 140 plus nothing plus nothing plus 50, 75, 80, 110. 140 plus 110. Wow, that's exactly 250. Plus the 6 I've got here. Plus 6. 256 leatherworking knowledge. $256. Jewel crafting. Let's do some jewel crafting. Speaking of YouTube, is the Factorio VoDs there? No, although I have made already a second YouTube channel. And on said second YouTube channel is going to be where I just play other games, and they're going to be mostly Let's Play-esque series, Let's Play styly videos, but the first one is absolutely going to be a Factorio one. Because I have the itch to play Factorio again. And some of you will know that I get the itch probably once every 6 months, and if I don't scratch it, I go insane. So we'll be having a Factorio playthrough before too long. So yeah, we'll see. Let's do some jewel crafting numbers though. Jewel crafting, we have 30, 60, 90. Plus, what do we have in here? 5 plus nothing in settings, and then 30, 60, 105, 110, 130 plus 130, 225 plus the 33 that I haven't spent. 225 plus 33. 258 jewel crafting knowledge. That is incredibly close. That is incredibly close. They're literally only 2 points difference. That's probably the difference between just not having some first-time craft bonuses all over the place. That's surprisingly close. Okay. Let's move on to character number 2, who has enchanting. And who else is he? Blacksmithing. Blacksmithing I've not really done much with, but I've done quite a bit with enchanting so far. So let's do enchanting first. Knowledge points, right. We have... Oh, okay, this is an annoying number. 30 and 50 is 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3 is 15. 95. 95 plus any points here? No. Any points here? 70. So we've got plus 70. 165, but we've got 22 here as well that we haven't spent yet. So 187 for enchanting. That's not as much as I thought, actually. I was expecting slightly more than that. Although with enchanting, now this is the difference, right, between main characters and alts. Alts, I've just been trying to keep them up to speed. If I go into my recipes here and I look at first time craft bonuses, I've got lots of first time craft bonuses, but obviously only on stuff I haven't learned yet. But there's a lot of stuff I haven't learned. A lot of stuff which realistically, Renown 11 with the Valdrak and Accord, a lot of this I could actually just go and get. Enchanting doesn't have a crafting order quest. That's true. That's 3 knowledge points a week less. That's only 11 knowledge points a week you can get with enchanting because of that, instead of the usual, 14. So yeah, I guess that mounts up over 8 weeks or something. That's 8, 16, 24 less, which would put it 200 plus otherwise. But there's lots of stuff I just need to spend a bit of time and just go and get. Tuskar's 10, Spectre, Centaur 8. A lot of the stuff that requires reputation, I want to work on getting first. Every single recipe in the game that is unlocked via reputation, I want to have on my alt relatively quickly. Which shouldn't be too difficult to achieve. And then, of course, crafting them will give us the knowledge point from there as well. Anything that drops or comes from the spec tree will, put that more in the category of a long-term goal. But okay, 187 for enchanting. Where's blacksmithing at then? Blacksmithing. There's 199 to start with. I don't think I've spent a single point in blacksmithing. No, I've not spent a single point. So blacksmithing's easy. I've got 199. I also probably haven't bought the books from Raboul. I probably haven't, I think I've gone and maybe visited the Profession Masters, but I can't exactly remember. So there's loads of optimization I could still be doing on these. I mean, that also then means if I look at my recipes, my first time craft bonuses, I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 just of recipes that I have. So that would put me at 211 before you take into consideration any of this stuff, which, I haven't even got the PvP set for blacksmithing yet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more knowledge points I could obtain. Oh my god, this list is ridiculous. But if I really wanted to work through this list, we could chip away at that. There's probably close to 30, if not 30, 35 more knowledge points I could get really quickly and easily on that profession. I am almost collecting for the sake of collecting at the moment, even if I'm not using the profession, just because knowledge is time gated, so I might as well keep ahead of it. Let's check the mage. So what are we up to so far? Quick maths on this. We're 256 plus 258 plus 187 plus 199. 900! My knowledge points on 4 professions are over 900 so far. Right, this dude is a tailor and a scribe. Tailoring and inscription. Tailoring is, let's start with tailoring. Where's my calculator? So we have 30 spent here. I don't think I've spent points anywhere else. 30 plus 135. Wow, only 165 with tailoring. Another profession I've not really touched at all. But tailoring, I definitely expected it to be higher than that. That worries me. That makes me feel I've missed something. 165 seems incredibly low. But I've not crafted anything. I've not crafted anything. I've got 309 in tailoring. Yeah, 165 seems incredibly low. I've got a big old list of things I can obtain though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in currently learnt things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. There's 56 knowledge points that I could obtain from crafting things for the first time. 56 on top of the 165 is still only a little over 200. How have you got 309? How in the world of all that's holy have you got 309 in tailoring? How's that even possible? Is that just a disgusting amount of dragon shard farming? Dragon points? Dumping all dragon points into it? Damn. Damn. I've got 9 dragon points on this character that I haven't spent. Then again, let's not forget that there's probably Raboul books on top of that. Raboul books, maybe the... Have I bought Raboul books? Probably not.
See anything new?
Yeah, I've not bought Raboul books, look. Not any of them, to be fair. So there's another 10, 20, 30 points on top of the 50. Okay, sure. If I actually went out of my way to do things a bit better, would be in good standing. Okay, that makes sense. It's a bit low right now, but it's low because there's a lot to do. It's low, but there's a lot to do. That's fine. 165 on tailoring then. Let's count up inscription. 313 in tailoring. Damn, you guys have gone hard on tailoring. Woo, sheesh. That's a lot. I thought my like 265 in jewel crafting was spicy, but was it 265? 256, sorry. That means on my main character I'm still like Okay, there's not as many first-time craft bonuses with things like jewel crafting, I don't think. Especially the fact I haven't gone for gems. Leatherworking, though. Woo! I could definitely have put some more into leatherworking, I reckon. Only, quote-unquote, 280, but haven't done any garment crafting for first times. Okay, so that's about 8 that's potentially available. Do you know about the skip on the dragon points? Yes. Yeah, you can just, once you've done it once, you can go speak to the dude and skip it, and you get your 3 dragon shards. I've done all of that business. Did all of that. In fact, I did it the legitimate way the first time. Right, let's take a look at inscription points then. Scribe, we're at. I need my calculator. Rune Mastery we put 40 into, because you might as well, why the hell not? 40, we could put 20, 30, 45 in here. Is 85, we haven't put any in here. 85 plus 88. 173. 173 for Scribey Ryby. Same scenario again. Probably an awful lot of first-time crafts to be had. Actually, not as many as I suspected. Oh, actually. Oh, my lord. Okay. How do you unlock all of these, by the way? Drops from world creatures in Thuldrassus purchasable on the auction house. The Great Swag. Recipe in a bottle. Valdraken 15. World drops purchasable on the auction house. Oh my god. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 10, 15, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's just... 30. 34. 35. 6, 7, 8, 4, 9, 40, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. Wow, 69 recipes I still haven't got first-time crafts for. So you could be well into 200 with inscription without doing any shenanigans. Sheesh! Numbers are getting big now. I'm not surprised people are surpassing 300 knowledge points, actually. That's quite impressive. So that's that dude. Now we have... What's the last fella got? He's got in engineering and alchemy. Engineering and alchemy. I'm surprised the enhanced crafting UI WeCore isn't more mainstream. It's so good. And the function to find crafters at the clerk helps greatly. I don't even think I've seen what that is. I'm not particularly too keen on many WeCorers that do super fancy things, because I start to question what the hell they're actually doing. Having had a lot of time these past months, I'm so deep on professions. Yeah, the weird thing for me is I've not really touched the professions all that much. Although I have been trying to keep up with knowledge points on as many of them as possible. Even if I've not been using them particularly too much for gold making. I don't know, it's that collector in me, right? I don't feel the need to make lots of gold, but I want to have the ability to make lots of gold if I want to, if that makes sense. And to do that, I need to keep up with the knowledge points on the professions, at least somewhat. Engineering, we've got 109 points, and I've not done anything. I suspect engineering's probably going to be the least. I've not spent any points here. I want 109, that's it. Wow, that's actually gross. Engineering, though, has first-time craft bonuses up the wazoo. I mean, this list of things here... In fact, it's comparable with Inscription, I reckon. But yeah, 109 actual points is pretty poo-poo. I don't know why engineering only gets 2 knowledge points for each of their items. I really don't understand why. Maybe it has to do with the fact that you actually don't need as many points because there's far less nodes in their tree. I did think from the word go that the engineering trees are like super basic. Sure, they have like 30, 40 point nodes or whatever, but like generally you don't need anywhere near as many points for these. The grand total is probably one of the smallest grand totals, so I guess that might be why it's why they slow down the amount that you can obtain. Okay, 109 there. Here we've actually spent some stuff though. We've spent 10, 20, 30, 40. 40 plus any in vials? No. Alchemical theory? Yes. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 40 plus 80.
Is that your wallet?
120 plus the 24.
Both, I hope.
144 in alchemy. Savior with the Prime. Thank you very much. 14 months now. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Welcome in. I dug about 1,000 dirt piles this week and farmed up 13 dragon shards. It's still possible. It's so funny, right? It's there's still one of the biggest things I see. There's lots of scapegoats out there right now for why people aren't making gold. Because people do love to blame something else. They do love to blame, you know, an exploit or a bug or, you know, the fact that they haven't been willing to put in the time or the effort to farm up stuff. But it is very clear that if you farm enough dirt, you will still get an outrageous amount of dragon shards. It's still entirely possible. It's just people don't quite realize just how many dirt piles you do need to farm. You need to literally be spending hours and hours every day farming if you want to do anything significant. And you are not going to want to do that if you are even 1 or 2 points, you know, behind the competition anyway. It's really a case of, you know, you already want to be ahead of the curve, but you want to push yourself so far ahead of the curve. You don't want to use the dragon shards as a catch-up mechanic, because the time it takes you to farm dragon shards, you could be doing 10 other things that are more beneficial. But if you are already ahead, you can use dragon shard farming to extend your lead over the others. So it's a weird one. It's a weird one. People still claim back, you know, oh, people were farming, you know, 40 dragon shards a week in the first week. Well, yeah, but it took somebody, you know, 40 plus hours of actual farming to do it, of which most people are not really willing to do. I feel like pretty much everybody has the points necessary to make most of the best stuff now. You'd be surprised. This is why I'm sort of totaling up how much I've got on my profession so far, because I know that I have for the most part every single week done the bare minimum, right? So I've got the like 10 to 14 knowledge points for each profession every week. And just by doing that, you're looking at, you know, 200 is probably a fair average if you've been doing most things. If you'd been really pushing on a single profession or 2 professions or on one single character, you might have 250 to 300 knowledge points right now. But most people haven't been doing that. Most people have not been keeping up with the bare minimum even. I would be surprised if the average player out there that even plays with the profession has more than 150. I just don't think that people will, because people will have not been anywhere near proactive enough to keep up with it. And the person who's got 300 knowledge points compared to the person that's got 150 is definitely in a better position. They will not only have the recipes unlocked, they'll be able to craft them at high quality, but they will also be able to stack multi-craft inspiration and resourcefulness where needed as well. Where the person that's just unlocked it might still be able to craft it, but their stats will be less. I've been slacking at goal making and made 50 mil. Happy about that. See, this is it. You can do some silly things even if you're... as long as you're proactive about it. This is the key thing with goal making, and it always has been, but it's now just way more apparent. That if you're proactive about it and you play the game with the mindset of, is this going to make me gold? How can I make more gold in the game? You accidentally make loads of gold. No problems whatsoever. So, without taking into consideration herbalism and mining and skinning, because they're gathering professions and they work slightly differently, what's our totals on this then? 256 plus 258 plus 187 plus 199 plus 165, 173, 109, and 144. For a grand total of 1,491 knowledge points I've acquired so far. Oh, that's a lot of knowledge. That's a lot of knowledge. Not only is that a lot of knowledge, that's also going to make a very interesting YouTube thumbnail. I would suspect. Now that we are... How should I describe it? We're in the latter part of Season 1. We've, it's not called the creation catalyst, is it? What have they called it this time? The recharge catalyst, or the what have they called it? The catalyst is now available. LFR is fully available. All wings. Catch-up systems are kicking into play. Tier set is going to be more readily available for everybody. People are min-maxing their gear. The seeming restriction on crafted gear has been lifted. Now we're into the period of the season where everybody can just gear up, catch up kicks in, and people can start choosing to go do other things maybe. Now that we're in that sort of period of time, is actually when I think a lot of people, for starters, might start looking at their professions in a little bit more serious a fashion. Because they've been playing the game actually for the last fair few weeks. Now they're kind of like, maybe they're getting to the point where they're almost done with this season. They've cleared the raid as much as they and their guild are capable of. They're just filling in the slots with the last bits of gear. Now we're in the more chill out, relax mode. Do you find that there is an issue in the advertising side of professions? There's no way to check if a crafter actually has the inspiration they have. There's lots of issues with this. Your heavy requirement on trade chat has been probably my number one issue with the professions in Dragonflight. For the most part, I'd give the profession system a solid 9 out of 10 in Dragonflight. I want to clarify here that it's by no means do I think it's a bad system, but if I was to pick a fault somewhere, the fault is of the fact that, well, your only meaningful way of finding crafters or finding buyers is trade chat, which is, it's like inventing the car before you've invented the wheel. It's that you would suspect that the first thing you would do is try and make it easy for people to connect to each other more than just a Zoom chat window. But everything else that comes after that, all the knowledge point acquisition, the spec trees, your first time craft bonuses, your artisan's metal, all of that I think is really cool, really good. A lot of people now have lists of people that they do work orders through privately, so it's a bit harder leveling up crafting now past a certain point. That's another scapegoat excuse though. Yes, that is true, but like the reality is that if you're shouting about in trade chat, you'll find customers. Don't take what happens in the minority of cases and use it as an excuse to why it's more difficult now. Well, yeah, but I get your point. But it is an excuse. It's not a reason, it's an excuse. It'd be nice to see the crafters' stats when they link their profession. Funnily enough, I offered to screen share my stats on Discord, but people are like, nah, I believe you. Now, I know some people lie about their inspiration percentage, though. It's sad. Yeah, they could definitely do something to make the whole system a little bit more transparent. But the only reason there's a need for it to be transparent is because there's not a sufficient system there in the first place. The community have had to come up with a trust-based system. Oh, you said that you've got 85% inspiration in your trade chat macro. How am I to know any different? You got... Is it... I can, either you have or you haven't. I don't know. Unfortunately, there is an element of trust there. And in a video game, people are not necessarily most likely to be all that trustworthy. Anonymity brings out the worst in people. You only need to spend 5 minutes on the internet to realize that most people are not that legit on the internet. People say and do whatever they need to get what they want. All right then. Well, there are a couple of numbers we can boost a touch today. Being engineering and alchemy. This is the character that we're on right now. I've still got this week's worth of stuff to do, so I can probably add another 10 to 14 points on top of these. But we'll see. Let Manthieus craft everything and take all the gold because he shows his stats live. Maybe. I don't do much of any of this crafting for people though. I knew full well that with seeing how it was playing out on the alpha and the beta, I knew full well that I would not be crafting gear for people. It was too much like Shadowlands legendaries for me. The only difference being that obviously you can't sell them on the auction house. So if you do want to sell and craft those things, your only option is finding people through trade chat. And getting public orders filled through them. But the customer service element of explaining all of this to people 7,000 times a day, not my jam. Not my jam at all. But the lucky thing is there's absolutely loads to do with the professions outside of that. There's still plenty enough, in my opinion, that does go on the region-wide auction house that you do have some control over, that you can craft in bulk ahead of time if you wish, that you can optimize towards. But it's an even more competitive environment, which I'm happy with. I don't mind. But all of that said, let's get some knowledge points on the go for this dude. I need a drink actually. My coffee is I have no coffee. And I need coffee. The dogs are not doing doggo cam stuff, so we'll clear that just for now. Let me go grab a drink, hang on. I got a notepad of usual explaining has made a world of difference. It's so smooth now. The fact that you need like pre-recorded, pre-wrote out copy-paste arenos just to sell a few bits of gear. Where's doggos? One is there. This is doggo. And there's one just down here. Speak and Spell, welcome in. How we doing? Good to see us. Right, let's actually play the game a little bit. Let's play the game a touch. Where's the... Where are we? Right, let's grab our weekly quest. It's a feast, isn't it, this one? Got to do a feast. When's the next feast up? When's the next feast up? The next feast is... Grand Hunts, Storms, Dragonbane. What? Oh. 2 hours, 58 minutes. Damn. Is it just me or does Manthieus look really thin now with the new camera? Did you shrink? No, it's just not quite zoomed in as far. You know, if I can look my regular fat self in this way. Slim settings switched on. Although, that said, one of the new advantages, t-shirt instead of hoodie, that's probably it actually. It's warm in here, so I have just built a home gym. A little mini project of mine. I was building up exercise machines and stuff yesterday. Have I considered selling merch? Not really. I've never been too much into merch. What do you have at the moment in the home gym? I bought one of those multi-gym systems and exercise bike for now. I wanted a treadmill because I enjoy running, but the wife was like, I'm never going to use a treadmill. But she said she'd use an exercise bike, so I was like, okay. So we compromised and we got an exercise bike. So that's how we do it. How much money do you make on Twitch? It's not Twitch money, I can tell you that much. We need a farmed it so it's free coffee mug. I don't know if people would dig merch, you know. I've always had... if I did merch, I'd want to do it right. That's the main thing. I see so many people do merch and they just use it as a cash grab. And I'm not about that life. I would much... If I was going to do merch, I'd need to do it properly, and I've not worked out how to do it properly, so... I would probably want to find, like, a proper custom supplier. I could, you know, it'd take me 5 minutes to throw some shitty design up on Spreadshirt or something, and... But it's trash. It's no good. Put effort into it or don't put any in, is my approach. We'll look at merch maybe one day, if there's enough demand for it.
What do you seek? Tell me what you find.
What are we making here? We're making aerated mana potions. Aerated mana potions. Where are those? Oh, hang on. We got filters on. Aerated mana potion. Hang on. Thinking about it, it's probably going to be much more efficient for me to actually just buy these damn things, isn't it? 10 aerated mana potions. Ping pong pads, dartboard. Okay. Why do I sense that you want to damage my face in somewhat shape or form, Jack? That seems a bit violent to me. A little bit violent. Mana potion. Aerated mana potions, quality 3. There we go. How many did we need? 10 of the things. It probably would have been cheaper to make them myself, but hey ho.
You have a bright future.
I've been trying to tell you that for years now, I suppose. Ooh! I sold some stuff. I didn't even realise I sold some stuff. Recommend getting into kettlebells. That's for the muscle building side. That's all you really need. See, I've never been a gym nerd in any way, shape or form. I wouldn't have the first idea what to do with a kettlebell. For me, a kettlebell is what goes off when your pot noodle's ready. Outside of that, I wouldn't know what the hell to do with them. Pick it up. Well, I guess. Pick it up, then put it down. That's just, yeah, that's probably a good start. I did enough of picking it up and putting it down a few days ago, though. Woo! My lord, 4 tons of flipping wood pellets. Oh no, it's starting again. I've got the line down my face. I need a blind for this, curtain for this window real bad. I've got this silly dotted line down the middle of my face. It's gonna slowly drift into my eyes.
Return soon. Be well in your travels.
Alright, there's the alchemy turn-in quest. Let's keep a track of these. Alchemy turn-in quest. Let's put those over here for now. Alchemy engineering. What do we got to do with engineering? What does it want us to make for engineering?
Yeah? What do you want? Come back anytime.
Ceravite bolts. Oh, that's an easy one. It would be an easy one if I had any ceravite ore. Let's try this then.
This is your time.
Do we just buy the bolts or do we ceravite? If we buy ceravite ore, do we have to? They have to be quality 3 bolts, 7 gold apiece. How many do we need? 10. Oh, I just, you know, I could make them or I could just buy them.
I will see you again.
180 kg leg press 2 times a week. You can feel that. I bet you can. I bet you can. I've never liked leg press. I've had knee injuries since I was a teenager. So leg press is something I stay well away from. I do not need to fuck up my knees anymore for the sake of having big calves. There we go. There's the engineering one. What else? We've got the 2 collect quests. I think we're about ready. Oh, let's get some books on the go. My alchemy book, actually, thinking about it, I can order my alchemy book off my scribe now. He's learned how to do that. So, we need a rock fang leather and an awakened air. Rock fang leather and awakened air. My engineering one, though, I have to put it out to the public. I need some awakened fire, air, and rock fang leather.
Our flight has much to offer.
Awakened air. Just buy like 5 of those. Awakened fire. Let's buy 5 of those. And then what was the other thing? Rock fang leather.
I knew you.
180 kg leg press is not that much. Depends on your weight, though. I'm, you know, this is the one reason that I've tended to stay away from the gym. I know categorically I am a very competitive person. But my natural structure is quite modest. I'm 178. I'm like 75 kg or something. I don't even know how much I weigh anymore. But I'm quite, I'm a modest-sized human being. And my natural competitiveness would make me push further than I probably should. And it would annoy me. And I also have this inherent nature of that if I can't win, I don't compete. Which is not a good mentality to have, but it's true.
For something in particular?
Oh no, I'm going to be out of glittering parchments as well. Where the flipping hell do we get glittering parchments from? That's an inscription thing, right? So maybe the trainer, doodah, vendor person around here sells them? Not you. You, maybe? Inscription supplies. Hey, there we go. Let's buy a bunch of those. Realistically, what I probably should do actually is not bother buying any of the materials and just send a personal order to my scribe and have my scribe just have all of the materials. Personal order with all of the stuff to Off-Brander, because he's my scribe. With a 0 gold commission, because I'm a lovely person. The engineering one, though, I need to do publicly because I don't have the recipe. And in that scenario, we'll be generous. This is my incentive to be self-sufficient.
A satisfactory arrangement.
Right, let's get that made on my scribe. Need to get good passes in the gyms. That's it. Can I sim my gear for the gym? I'm a chunky 116 using a bike at the moment to lose weight. Lost 14 kg in 15 months. 8 kg of it in the 3 months since I've had the bike. Honestly, like, I used to love cycling. I've never been a big fan of running. Although saying that, I did cross country when I was back at school. Yet the cycling is crazy good for weight loss. Like, actually bananas. Because it's really good for your cardio. And if you do actually push yourself, get your heart rate up a little bit, it's I think it's incredibly, because you just gets rid of all of that water weight. You sweat it out like a crazy person. This is why I was quite happy to buy an exercise bike, not just instead of a treadmill, as I thought that, you know what, it's good. Swimming's top tier as well. Yeah, because swimming is a full body workout. There is not a single muscle in your body you're not using when you're swimming. So, plus you're often in warm water, which naturally pulls the heat out of you as well. All the moisture out of you. It's good. Very good. Alchemy book. Start order. Go. But I can't swim. We'll just you know, swim in shallow water. It's fine. Just swim in a puddle. Can't drown in a puddle, surely. But the reality is I need to look after myself more so. When you sit down and you play video games for a living, you know, it's all right when you do it for a hobby, but when you sit down and you play video games for a living, I've started to notice that sitting down 12 hours a day is maybe not good for me. So it was about time to do something about it. Now that I've got more space available and I could dedicate an area of the house, it's actually in the studio, it's literally downstairs. Behind the garage, we've got this spare room, which I've turning it into a gym. So, see, I thought about a standing desk, but a standing desk is actually, it's a bit of a bait move, standing desks. Because the reality is standing all day is just as bad for you as sitting all day. What you really need is movement. Now, the reality is if I did have a standing desk, and I have considered it, but if I did get a standing desk, I would probably be a lot more active because of that. I'm quite active when I stream anyway. Sounds like you want a job in retail. Well, I did for many years. In a past life, I did work in retail, and so yes, I was on the move all day long. To now work, you know, to now play video games for a living means I sit at a computer for 12 hours a day, which is horrendously bad for you long term. So I need to do something about it. My work is from my PC at home. My hobby's on my PC at home. It kind of sucks, but I need to use the downtime to move about. Yeah, exactly. exactly. I'm the same. I have, you know, grandioso ideas of what I want to do with this space, with the studio. You know, part of that was making the home gym downstairs. So now I have the option to, quote unquote, leave the house at a normal time in the morning, come over to the studio, get a workout in, take a shower, stream, play some video games, eat some food. We've got the kitchen at the back there. We can, you know, prep some food. You know, I just want to try and get things a little bit more routine and structured and healthy. That's my goal. But we'll see how it plays out. Attach your arms and legs to puppet strings, hook up channel points. I mean, I have no idea how that would be possible, but it is quite funny. I could see that being a thing. There's my alchemy book. Did I not get an engineer book? Where's all me scribes at? Surely my scribe friends have filled my order on this, right? There's 1,000 gold up for grabs. Oi, scribes, get on it. Go. Be aware, do a lot of exercise, make moves often, take a break every hour at least, drink water. I was playing a lot, like 8 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week with small movements. Got DTV and pulmonary embolism because of it. Ouch. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds... I mean, if I can't say it, I clearly don't know what it is, but that sounds not fun. Server transfer and I'll fill it for you. Yeah, maybe that's a bit of a problem right now. Speak and spell Suramar US. Yeah, that's going to be problematic. That's easier said than done. Well, we'll go out, we'll do some quests. We'll see if we can get some in. We'll give people some time, give some scribes the opportunity to wake up. Right. Do we have shovels? Shovels, do we have shovels? We do have shovels. Good. So, let's pick a quest and let's go and do it. We have springy horns. Where do we get springy horns? Gather 20 springy horns from the Vorquin of the Dragon Isles. Now, there's lots of spots that it claims around here, but I know for a fact that this little area down here is probably one of the best places for it. Is there any other reason we need to go over to the Azure Span? Probably. Rousing decay enemies. Well, there's another reason to go there. 2 birds, 1 stone. If we can get our decaying filigrem thing from the decay mobs over here. I wish I could work out how to say that. They come from the rotting treants, which are actually, they're not there at all, are they? They're over here somewhere. They're like round here. Whoa, why is my Zygor quest so big? Chill, Zygor. Jesus. Right. The rotting treants down there. Yeah, the rotting treants is the place I tend to get it most of the time. It's the easy way. Oh no, I need to pick up disturbed dirt piles. I tell you what, I think it's because of having to farm dirt piles for knowledge points all the time. Really puts me off farming knowledge points on my main for bonus knowledge. Because, and realistically, with jewel crafting especially, actually, I'm at a point now where I'm not spending my knowledge points. I'm pretty much entirely just stocking them up. Just sitting on them so that if and as and when I need them, I've got them. Because with 2 talent trees for jewel crafting now fully maxed out, I could get into gems, I could get into jewelry crafting, but the reality is I can't be bothered for either of them. The gem market is probably what I'll get into next. Rings and necks will always be profitable, I think, especially that stupid necklace, but then it means I've got to hustle in trade chat. And yeah, make use of those 5 points in settings. Well, see, this is it, right? I should probably go the gem route just purely because of that. And at least the basic gems, then I can craft those and list them on the auction house. I don't know if gem crafting is profitable in any way, shape or form anymore, but it's probably not, unless it's the legendary ones. But then once again, hey presto, you're back in trade chat, so I'm not overly fussed. But there's like some 200 knowledge points or something I need to spend in settings, so that's not happening anytime soon. I might just use the knowledge points actually just to pick up the recipes, because you know, getting the cuts at the very least, sure, we can eventually get the diamond cuts if needed, but it's a bit of an odd market. The prices fluctuate crazily every day. Well, I suspect that there's probably periods of the week where there's still huge demand for new gems. I mean, it makes sense, right? It makes sense that your reset is going to trigger a bit of a demand for them. I don't know. Why did me little waypoint not work? Right, here we go. Where's the little tree fellas? Hang on, this isn't the right spot. They're the knolls. We'll be down here. There's some tree fellas. Thoughts on possible ways that Blizzard will improve professions in 10.1? It's a really good question because I don't have a good answer for it. I'm really not sure is the truthful answer. The way the professions are set up right now is that they're kind of quite balanced the way that they are. Now, if we look at Blizzard's history, if we look at past historical data, we would suspect that they'll add a new zone, and with a new zone will come a new reputation, and with a new reputation will become new patterns to collect. Now, whether that includes new materials or not, I don't know. How are those patterns also going to be affected by the current spec builds? Don't know. I don't really think that they're going to change all that much. I think it is going to be very simple. People are going to be able to use what profession knowledge points they have. Dare I say it? I do have the suspicion that we might see some talent point reset. Simply because people were able to make educated opinions and decisions based on what we currently know. If there's a new bunch of recipes that people try and strive towards, Blizzard might say, okay, new season, let's give people a reset, let's give people the opportunity to, you know, reallocate points at the start of a season. I'm not sure. But I don't think we're going to see new spec trees particularly. New zone, new faction, a couple of new recipes. I think that's about all we will actually get. Anything above that, not convinced. But yeah, that can only be that's a conclusion that can only be drawn from what we've seen before. But as we know, Blizzard seem to have a slightly different mentality on things and a different attitude towards progression and gearing and all of this sort of stuff. So they might come up with something completely new. We don't know. I either need to get some gear or get rid of this crab. This crab is useless. Absolutely zero ability to control aggro ever. Now, the problem is a hunter doesn't have much in terms of survivability or personal cooldowns in the first place. It has very good survivability, but 345 item level is probably my issue. They make Shadowlands Legos current and Manthieus cries. Well, they've already done that with the stupid transmog thing. I know I didn't make a video about that at all because I was too busy last week to be doing much YouTube-wise. I really have got to fix that. But the yeah, Shadowlands Legendaries were a thing again for 5 minutes at least. Why does this keep randomly turning up on my screen? Pretty sure we're going underground in the new zone thanks to an accidental leak from Blizzard. I suppose we get actual Khazgarite nodes, as the info text in the miner journal specifically says there's no Khazgarite on the surface of the Dragon Isles. It's an interesting analysis. Obviously I have not seen anything of said leak, and I try not to focus too much on leaks, because 99 times out of 100 they're wrong. But the one time they are right, you know. I mean that would be quite cool. A fully underground zone. You know what the problem with that becomes though? That becomes the Maw all over again. In terms of the fact that we've just got so used to this dragon riding. If we go underground, they are seemingly going to take our dragon riding away as well. Because flying underground, I mean, it depends. If it's like a massive, like a humongous cave system, sure. But I don't know how they would. I don't know how the community would feel about that. Most people have got quite happy flying around and not being too restricted on movement. To oh so quickly take it away from us again, I think could be a terrible decision. But the theory sounds good. Deep Holm was underground and we could fly. Well, that is true. It was also an incredibly boring zone. Big circle of spiky rocks. But then again, it was Cataclysm. They hadn't had much practice. Dungeons and Dragons without dragons, no thanks. That's true, actually. Take dragons away. You've just got dungeons. But yeah, I tend to suspect that there won't be too much to professions. It will be an update, you know. That's literally all it'll be. There'll be some new things for goblins like us to chase. And I suspect that they won't go too crazy with it. Because like I said, the main point being here is that the professions, as much as some people disagree with this point of view, like knowledge point acquisition is quite well balanced. I think the progress that you can obtain with professions is, you know, I'm not a big fan of time gating in any way, shape or form, but I think it's kind of reasonable right now. Yeah, you can spend 40 hours in a week if you want 10 more knowledge points than somebody else. There we go, there's our item. Which I think is kind of the way it probably should be. If you want to do degenerate things to gain an advantage, you do actually have to do degenerate things. You actually have to farm for 40 hours in a week to get you know, a 5 to 10 point advantage over somebody else. If that 5 to 10 point advantage is worth significant time or investment to you, then sure, you go ahead, you do it. But for most people, it's a ludicrous thing to even think about doing. So I think in that regard, it works well. A long, aggressively boring grind for those that really feel the need to do it. And but relatively balanced for everybody else that decides that that's a silly thing to do. I think that just works kind of quite well. So I don't think in 10.1 they should change that, you know, the equation of that too much. I would like to see them keep quite, you know, quite tight to that. This goddamn crab is actually useless. Stun, you bitch! Jesus. Okay. I was just checking I'd actually spent all my knowledge points because this hunter feels outrageously weak right now. Give me some more, give me some more, give me some more, give me some more. There's one. Hopefully, we'll have a little bit more time to play the game in the next few days. I have, for the most part, now this is certainly not 100% because I don't know how many of you guys have ever, you know, bought a new house, but you tend to find that the jobs list seems to never end. I tried to sit down and play some games last night, and within 5 minutes, the wife was on the phone to me saying, could you come and fix the Wi-Fi in this room, please? For fuck's sake. So the jobs list is never ending, but it is starting to get a little bit more manageable. There's no big... there's no... Apart from maybe putting up the odd picture here and there, there's no monumental jobs to be done anymore. We've pretty much emptied and moved in most boxes, built most furniture, set up most things. It's just TLC DIY from this point on. Hopefully meaning, the result of all of this is that hopefully it means that I can spend an ungodly amount of time playing video games again. which I like. This is a terrible idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. This crab is dead, isn't it? No, okay, it's fine. Oh, we are so dead. Oh, we are so dead. We are so dead. Crab, do crab things for the love... Oh, we're so dead. Oops. Oops. Alright. Note to self, on a 345 hunter, do not try and pull the entire zone. We've been renovating the entire first floor for the last year, slow and steady, but there's always something. Yeah, that I can adhere to that. Very true. Very true. The problem is, whilst I love Mrs. Manthieus to bits, she doesn't have the ability to wait for anything. You know, if she decides that a picture needs putting up in a room somewhere, it will play on her mind, and she will not be able to forget about it until it's done. Which means I hear about it until it's done. So what usually ends up happening, these goddamn things are going to kill me again, is I have learned over the years just to get shit done whenever it's needed. Which has meant in the last couple of weeks I have been all day, every day DIY. That's all women. Now, I'm not going to start getting into that debate. That's each to their own, but... Look, wives and girlfriends of the internet. You do not need to remind your husband or boyfriend or partner every 6 months that something needs to be done. If it's not been done after 2 years, it's never getting done. Relax. Chill. Okay, 17. 3 more. You look like you've got 3 horns between you. You must have, right? Have I not got Stomp right now? Is this why my aggro is so aggressively bad? No, it does look like I've got Stomp. Beast Cleave, Thrill of the Hunt, Cobra Stomp. This is a dog shit build. I might just go aggressively. Yeah, this is just the regular starter build. It's terrible. I've not bothered to actually do anything with this. I'll do something with that later. I hate looking at the spectres. I can't lie. Mammoth Marrow. Mammoth Tusks. That sounds a lot like an Anaran Plains thing, doesn't it? Mammoth Marrow. Let's go there. There's loads of mammoths up there. Who actually skills Misdirect? No Misdirect, but this is one I use for Mythic Plus at least. Let's just see if that's... it's not a code. Oh, it is. Import. Boom. There we go. No, you're using Binding Shot. Gross. You don't... okay. I see what you did there, but... Okay. Okay, well, we can work with that. We can work with that. Sure. Let me get some of the buttons in the right place then. I can't be having any of that business. Pet heals for more because my pet's a dick. Beast Mastery down there. Kill Command does more damage. Then we do Alpha Predator. Feels like the right choice there. What have we got? 6 points. Don't need any misdirect action. Movement speed increasing is not critical. Kill shot critical damage increasing is fun though. Serpent Sting and bleed damage is increased. We don't particularly do bleed damage, which means we can go this direction. Unless we do go double stacking into it. No, let's go the Death Chakram route, which means we need some of this, which means we need some more of this. Let's have Death Chakram because it's fun. Not because it's best, but because it is fun. We got one more point to put in somewhere, which I'm trying really hard to not put it here or here. I guess we could just go misdirect for the utility. I guess we should do it that way. That probably also means I want to try and spec out of that. We want to go less down this way. We want some of that. Kill Command increase. We want some of that. We probably don't want much of this just yet. Or maybe we do. Dire Beast. Dire Command. Damn, how do we get all the way down there? What have we got going on up here that I don't want? Beast Cleaver is active. Kill Command will also strike nearby. That's kind of quite helpful. What do I need? I need one more point from somewhere. Wailing Arrow? Yeah, we don't want Wailing Arrow. Put that into Dire Pack. Yeah, we'll go with that. I like that. We'll go with that. So that means Death Chakram is 5 instead of Wailing Arrow. Dire Beast is on 4. Are we missing anything? Misdirect is there. Survival of the Fittest. I should probably have it on the bar, shouldn't I? I should probably also have Trank Shot on the bar. That'll do. That'll do. By no means the best, but it'll do. Right, okay. Crows is also, yeah, pretty good for open world stuff, because if you kill the thing, you can move on. I do like crows. Crows is cool for leveling. Big fan of crows whilst leveling.
The magic surrounding this area has gone wild. This untamed instability is a threat to our allies. Do what you can to restore order.
What doing, doggos? You've gone crazy.
Ever since the Primalists came to the plains, it's as if the elements themselves are thrown into chaos. Help return the land back to its natural state.
Right, what am I looking for? I'm looking for mammoths. Tusky boys. 20 tusks. Okay, my crab is still getting absolutely owned, but it's fine. That's where a lack of gear comes into play, I think. I can't really complain about not doing incredible DPS when I've got like literally 0 gear. Oh shit! Don't pull the big dude. That wasn't meant to happen. That wasn't meant to happen. Well, at least I killed the mammoths. Pet keeps dying until like 370 or so. Yeah, I don't know where it starts to get good, but I know for a fact that I am aggressively undergeared. Xbox, Nintendo, Sony skipping E3 2023. Eh? What is this? Seems like they want to hold their own game events now. Oh, Lord. Companies like... It's weird how the industries for things flip-flop like this. Because you've got, it's like Netflix all over again. Netflix, you know, you've got one really good streaming service that everybody likes, and the reason everybody likes it is because everything's in one place. Then all of the other production companies are like, shit, Netflix is making a lot of money. Let's make our own streaming service, and let's also charge $10 a month for it. Now you've diluted the pool. Now the appeal of paying $10 a month is less appealing. And so guess what? The world of piracy explodes again. They both have their past subscriptions. Yeah, I know. Like, I probably, to be fair, I haven't been big in terms of console gaming since probably the PS3. I'm old school in that regard. I've never owned a PS4, nor do I have a PS5. So I'm like a couple of generations old on this sort of stuff. I tend to think that once you go PC, you just don't look back. That said, it was when they started to all split off and try and do their own thing aggressively, and you had a PlayStation Pass and an Xbox Pass, and I was like, no, shut up. Just sell your games. I'll buy your games, and I'll play your games for as long as I want to play your games for. Start selling me flipping monthly that stupid birdies there again. Have I aggroed that thing again? How did I manage to aggro that thing again? Okay. Let's just peace out. I don't want to be killing whacking great big level 70 elite drakes at the moment. Some animals aggro if you're fighting other animal. I guess that kind of makes sense, maybe. Worst part is when you can't find a whole series on example Prime and you have to quote unquote find it somewhere else. Yeah. It's very true. There was a period of a few years where Netflix had like supreme dominancy over the streaming market, to where, you know, the pirate industry was under serious threat for the very simple reason of that if you make it efficient enough, if you make it cost effective enough for people to not feel the need to pirate, they won't pirate. It's quite simple. Create a good value proposition in the first place, and people won't feel the need to illegally download your shit. And hence, that was exactly the reason why Netflix did so well. That people were like, yep, I'll pay for Netflix. There's enough on it. There's enough variety on it. Saves me the hassle of, you know, the illegal shenanigans. All good. Now Disney's got a streaming service. HBO's got a streaming service. Amazon has a streaming service. You know, you name it, they've got a streaming service. I looked at my credit card bill not so long ago, and I looked at how many subscription services I have. Well, not just between me and Mrs. Manthieus. And it was gross. I remember back in the day in the UK paying for Sky TV. Sky TV was like £60 a month at one point because I had just everything on Sky. And I thought that was an ungodly amount to be spending on TV packages. Now all of a sudden I realise I'm paying over $100 a month on subscription services. And I'm like, you what now? Why? So I just cancelled half of them. Get rid of all of it. Stupid thing is, if it's not on YouTube or Twitch, I don't watch it anyway. Maybe we go up here. There's more mammoths up here, isn't there? £60 to £100 a month for Sky, and then you still have to watch adverts. Yeah, that's... In today's age, I'm amazed that companies like Sky are still able to charge that. And more importantly, I'm amazed that people pay it. In a world where it's usually considered that if you're paying a subscription for something, you're probably then not seeing ads as a benefit of that. I have no idea how these companies are still turning a profit. But they clearly are. But, you know, it'll change eventually. It's not the company's fault, it's the people paying for it. Well, this is it. Like, there's the common theory of, you know, pay with your back pocket. If you want something to change, you need to indicate to the companies that you know what, if you continue to do this, then shit's gonna hit the fan. But the problem is it takes 5 years. Nobody wants to make a self-proclaimed stand for 5 years. Who wants to forego on watching, you know, a popular TV program for 5 years just to make a point in the hope that other people are also trying to make that same point? It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's why I stick to YouTube, to be honest. Most people are paying for Sky, the older generation. Well, the thing is that the millennials are probably the biggest uptakers of services like Sky. Because most millennials would have had, or if not had, definitely wanted Sky as a kid. Right, so when they're then old enough to be able to afford it and have it themselves, that's probably why their uptake on it is very strong. But the next gen couldn't care less for Sky. No interest in it whatsoever, because their viewing habits are completely different. So, but you know, the reason Sky is still making money is because dare I say it, it's the millennials that actually do have money to spend on stuff like that. Not all of them, because the world is not overly keen to everybody in that position, but there's nothing to watch on Netflix unless you're from the US anyway. I mean, I don't particularly watch a lot of TV. This was the thing for me. This is why I wasn't too concerned about canning a whole bunch of these. I cancel them all, and when Mrs. Manthieus turns around and says, what's the login for this? Why doesn't the login for this work? Then I'll reactivate it. But until that's the scenario, I'm probably saving myself $10 a month. Just cancel all of them and only activate the ones where you get, you know, deliberately questioned to why it doesn't work all of a sudden. An elemental splinter. Where do we get an elemental splinter from? An elemental splinter comes from the Hissing Soul Springs. These fellas. Hey, there's even a world quest down there right now. How about that? Oh, scout pack. Probably a credit card issue. I'll look into it. Yeah, of course. Yeah. What's the phrase? It's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission. That taken out of context is hella wrong, so I'm aware of the situation there. But in scenarios like cancelling Netflix, that's probably the best way to do it. Just cancel all of the Netflixes, the HBOs, the Disneys, all of those. Cancel them all, and turn on the ones that then are requested upon you to do so. Sorry, I cancelled this. I didn't realise you were still using it, sort of thing. If you go up to the wife and are like, oh yeah, I'm looking at cancelling Disney, Netflix, and HBO. How do you feel about that? You're you may not necessarily get the answer you're looking for. Netflix only counts views for the first 2 weeks, and then it decides if that series gets another season or not, which is kind of a dumb take. I mean, that's this. I wouldn't be too surprised if a huge percentage of what actually gets viewed on Netflix is something that's come out in that period of time, though, as well. Because it's, you know, if there's a hype train behind something, then people. Netflix has some crazy analytical data, by the way, like absolutely ridiculous data. They can gauge or very, very accurately predict what episode you will reach in any given series based on a very small sample of information. It's pretty bananas. If they can get you to start watching episode 2, you are likely to get to episode 8 in that series, if it's like a half-an-hour program. And so this is why the very first episode of any Netflix original often feels a bit weird when you watch, if you were to think back on it. If you watch the first episode of nearly any series on Netflix, not true for like second series or stuff, but brand new seasons, brand new IPs, brand new programs, the first episode is often very weird. It's deliberately designed to 100% hook you in, to make you watch episode 2. Because if they can get you to watch episode 2, you'll watch the whole thing. Or at least you'll get like most of the way through. It's actually wild. You think the YouTube algorithm's crazy. Netflix is on another level. I filed the divorce, didn't know you wanted to stay married. I'll get us remarried. Well, that's a little extreme. That's maybe a touch extreme, but it does prove a point. What do you mean you didn't want me to fuck your sister? Oops. Oh dear. Right, have we got our hissing thing yet? I need to step out of combat for a second. Oh, it's not on my list. That gives me an indication I've got it. Oh, I do! An elemental splinter. There we go. Right, what's next on our list then? Keeper's Mark, Titan enemies. I know where we get that from. Oh, is that the last one we got to pick up? Oh, nice. Oh, dirt piles. Right, let's do 2 dirt piles real quick then. He says real quick. Let's find... Oh, random ass Russian realm. Perfect. Please invite me, please invite me, please invite me. Blackrock's too big, Thrall's too big, Turalion. Oh, there we go. We got into the random ass Russian one. Beautiful. Yes! Dirt piles for days. Never let your girlfriend and wife find your real wife. You guys are savages. Marriage is probably more like a mobile subscription rather than a stream subscription. You probably need one, and you need a very good reason to have more than one. Very true. And if you cancel it before the 36 months has expired, you are going to pay. Big! You're going to feel that one for years to come. Early cancellation fees? Woo! Pricey. Pricey. Oh, do I want to go get the magic bound chest? I probably should. Oh, well, that was easy. Yoink. Came here for goal making, now I'm re-questioning my life's choices. It's a thinking stream, this one. We make you think. More normally the case that we end up just with some very weird and wacky conversations in here sometimes. Seems to be whenever I'm out doing world quests or doing, you know, outer world stuff, the topic of conversation ends up getting a bit twisted. And I don't think it's always my fault. I'm not going to take credit for it every time. Getting a divorce is a bad move, really ruins your goal per hour. It's probably true. That's a good way. That's like having just herbalism and not mining along with it. You're practically 50% efficient. See? Life lessons with Manthieus. Don't listen to anything I have to say. Depends for who. Like the guy who got 6 mil out the famous TikToker because she cheated on him. Madness. I'm going to be honest. I still have no understanding of how these people on TikTok make money. Because they're sure as shit not making any ad revenue. But I guess it must just be that their audience is so monstrous that the advertising market in terms of sponsorship deals hasn't really worked out the true value of a view on TikTok. That I suspect that when you're pulling in like quite literally tens of millions of views, advertising companies are just splurging money at these TikTokers for sponsorship deals, not really truly understanding the value of what they're paying for, which I suspect is not a lot, because I cannot imagine that the conversion on most things is any good. I just cannot see it. How do you get through a molten lock? How do you get through a molten lock? Do you have to use how? I've never worked out these things. Surely people you do with a frost spell. Freezing trap? Would freezing trap do it? Do I have freezing trap? Everybody should have freezing trap, right? Needs to be some frost damage. I don't have anything that causes frost damage. Is there anything in my spectry that can cause frost damage? Break lock ability? Oh, that's a point. We should have that. Where's... Wow! This character doesn't even have his master riding skill. Okay, this character's a scrub. Oops. Mechanical bypass. Hey, there we go. Wonderful stuff. Thank you, boys and girls. That's the easy way around it. IK Talk pays content creators 2 to 4 cents for every 1,000 views. This means that you get about $15 for 500,000 views and 40 to 50 for 1 million views. That is bananas. That is that shows just how badly views on TikTok actually convert. That is wild. For comparison, right? for every 1,000 views that I make on YouTube, for 1,000 views on YouTube, I make about $3. Not 3 cents. Literally 100 times better conversion on views on YouTube than there is on TikTok then. Woo! Spicy. That's that's quite interesting. Should make TikTok videos 1 ms long and just put them on repeat. I'm quite sure just like if you put YouTube videos on loop that doesn't work. But I see what you did there. If you have a company and you want to advertise something, buy a TikTok account that has lots of followers. But the thing well, you see, it depends, right? Because not all advertising is strictly for the purpose of actually selling something. Woo, there's one of them. A lot of, or the I would actually go as far as to say probably the majority of advertising nowadays is less about selling something, more about brand awareness. Because, you know, having the brand name is invaluable. If you can if you have the brand name, if you can be associated with something, insta-win. Absolute insta-win. Then that means that when somebody wants something, they're going to buy it from you. So the actual initial conversion on the advertising is probably not really that. You know, it's a new age thing, converting for actual direct sales. It's your drop shipping, you know. People who are advertising, they want to spend some dollars and they want to see instant return on those dollars spent. It's a very new age way of advertising. But on the flip side, if you can get your brand, you know, if you're making some, I don't know, what are teenagers like nowadays? I don't know, some dumb level shit that nobody really should actually care about. But you can pay 4 cents to get that in front of 1,000 impressionable teenagers. Doesn't mean they'll probably buy anything straight away. But I guess if you do it enough for a long enough time, it works. What are some of the more? There's got to be some of the more successful companies of recent age. What's that watch company called? That watch company that started off as like some dude just buying Chinese watches and selling them on Facebook Marketplace. And through just pure, unadulterated ad spend, generated their place in the market. I can't remember what the hell they're called. They got some weird name that's a word that isn't actually a word. That was a really bad example to use of a company that you can't remember the damn name of. Prime Energy Drinks. Dare I say it, Prime is an example of having a brand image or being able to piggyback off somebody else's image. Because Prime is not owned by Logan Paul or KSI. They are just merely the peddlers of it.
See what you can gather.
I mean, I'm sure they have some influence and some say on what goes on, but generally speaking, I think they're just the pawns that sell it. Where's the dirt piles? What is that? Somebody on a longboy? Random chilling longboy. Some US account, 408,000 followers, 27 million likes for 2,000 USD. If you upload 3 videos a week there, you can sure sell some shit. Maybe 408,000 followers, 27 million likes. Woo! But like with all of these things, most of those accounts are probably bot farmed in the first place. Who's stolen all of my dirt piles? I need literally one more. I need one thing. I don't even know which one it is, but it's one for alchemy, which makes me even more want to get it. Hang on, here we go. Is where's it gone? Is that the one that's on this side of the rock? Boom. Have you found a way to hide the Thusday caches yet? If you're using Rare Scanner, you can make it so that they don't pop up on your map, but they still seem to, they're still going to appear. The problem is the default UI displays them, so there's no way you can fully get rid of them, because you can't turn them off in-game. You can make it so your add-on doesn't scream and shout about them, but much past that, you're kind of shit out of luck. Where's this one? There's nearly never any up here. Oh, there it is. Cheeky, cheeky. Oh, come on, game. Never lucky. Oh, come on. Do we know the probability to have the hidden proc? Yeah, 100%. It's not a proc. Hidden craft value is just built into the game. Every time you press the craft button, you get between 1 to 5% of the difficulty for free. To elaborate on that a little bit further, the only thing that we don't strictly know is whether there is an equal chance for you to get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5%. We just know that you do get some value between there each and every time you press the craft button. For example, it doesn't strictly... It may not be equally weighted. It could be... there's probably proper terminology for what I'm about to say, but I don't know what it is. But for example, like 2 and 3% of the recipe difficulty could be weighted more so than getting 0% or 5%. You know, a bit of a shape curve. We don't strictly know that, but the reality is once you're within, once you're within that sort of 5%, you'll notice your results will be much better. Oh, there's a prop paladin here as well. Beautiful. That would make sense following the comment in one of the interviews that they want to make it feel good. By having it proc the next rank even when you aren't actually there feels really good. Yeah, I mean it was actually in one of the original it was alluded to in one of the original blog posts that they did about crafting on the beta, that there's this, you know, there's this ability for you to craft with a slightly different outcome each and every time. It obviously just took us a while to figure out exactly how it properly works. And I can't take credit for nearly any of this, by the way. Like, I was not the mathematical genius that worked this out. I'm just the middleman reporting on it. There was a few guys in the Discord though that are the maths wizards behind it. of which they're trustworthy enough to share the knowledge. Woohoo! Chest of the Flood. I don't even know what you're getting here. Trinket. Upgrade trinket. Oh dear. Oh dear. You know you've got dog shit gear when a 356 trinket's an upgrade. Yoink. Have you tested using the finishing agent to improve at X profession? Is it meant to gain skill points? I've not tested much of that. The difficulty with that sort of stuff is you can only test it for so long, because if you do actually end up capping your profession skill, if you get 100 out of 100, then there's no way for you to test it again other than dropping the profession again, which would just be madness. I think we just have to take things like that pretty much at face value. That they'll increase your chance of gaining a spec point to your base profession, but by how much, how reliably or anything, I don't really know. I've never felt the need to try and use those. Where the flippin' hell is this? Was it meant to be a scout pack? Scout packs are usually easy to spot. Is it in the tree? Is this the one that's up in the tree? It is. It's the one that's in the tree. That's why I can't find it. There's some inscription Drake recipes and stuff in that box. Ah, okay. Yeah. Once I get heavily invested in all the things, then we'll probably pay a lot more attention to it. There we go. Got it. Right, now over to tier hold. Like bosses. That's a bit of a bait, isn't it? There's an item called knowledge discs. I've just spotted these. There's a grey item you get from looting treasures called knowledge discs. That's just a real fuck you for if you don't get a dragon shard, isn't it? Cheeky. Cheeky. Some of them are quite cheap. Tested for at least 20 crafts of my blacksmith, but haven't found anything. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure exactly the mechanics behind those. I've never believed them to be too much. I use them so far only on green skill items. Can you use them on crafting items that give no skill? Okay, that's one thing that we do know. We do know that if the item is not going to... It is an increase. It increases your ability to gain skill. There needs to be the chance for you to gain a skill point from it in the first place. This has been quite thoroughly tested. If there's no chance whatsoever of it giving you skill point, you cannot use a polishing cloth to create some chance. I think there are some people that have tested like a lot on that, because that's what you can kind of quite easily test. But why am I over here? Oh, I know why I'm over here. I'm over here because we need to kill the orb things. The orbs are going to drop my last knowledge point. These things. Titan defense matrices, that's the one. This is why I don't think that they're really all that useful, because they seemingly only work on things that have a chance of giving you skill anyway. Now, the added cost of using them on things that have a chance to give you skill anyway is probably all that not favourable. Which is why I've never felt the need to try to use them. What are they called? Is it called polishing cloths? I think they use polishing cloth. Like I said, I'm happy to be proven wrong on these sorts of things, but from the very limited amount that I have looked at them, they're not that useful. No way to know if you got the point from the fact it's green or from the cloth in the first place. Yeah, there's no... Oh, hang on, there's a second one right next door. Come on. Did I go down here? I think I've been down here, haven't I? Clearly not. No, don't aggro those fellas, please. I'm not geared enough for this. Oh, boo hiss. Alright, fine. Let's nuke this. Let's keep the crab alive. Maybe we can take these fine. These were a bit problematic whilst we were still leveling, but I guess they're not actually that scary anymore, are they? They were scary because whilst you were leveling, they were still level 70. Now they're not actually scary at all. That's fine. On the subject of finishing reagents, anyone else feel super baited by the ooey gooey chocolate thing? Has a 1 day duration, 1 day cooldown per craft and is non-tradable. Isn't that really designed though for you to like just hyper craft a whole bunch of stuff really quickly and then kind of be done for the day? It's one of those where it felt to me as if you just stack a buff. Is it that thing? Or am I thinking of something else? It's 1 craft and done? Oh. Okay, then, well, then yeah, maybe it's a bit odd. Cooking's another one. I'm not going to lie. I've not paid any attention to cooking. I leveled it up a little bit and I was like, no, I'm having too much fun doing other things. Gives you 100% multi-craft for 1 craft. Oh, well, you see, that's the thing, right? Multi-craft on cooking can be very potent. If you've stacked, if you know, if you've got your profession tools and stuff stacked, then I think it could probably be quite good. But yeah, once a day on a day cooldown, it's a bit gross. You missed 0 for not paying attention. Reminds me of how competitive professions without talent trees were. It is funny though. It is funny to think about it that you see just how competitive crafting is right now. Crafting without spec tree. Ooh, what's this one? Overloading defense matrix. This is a rare. You got 2.2 million health. I'm not overly keen on killing that thing by myself. Although somebody else is having a go, so we'll dive in. it's catch-22 in a way, because professions are super popular right now because they're new and there's spec trees and there's, you know, fun things to play with. But because of that, they're uber competitive. Yet in past expansions, not so many people bothered with them because they were simple and mundane and boring. So the actual amount of gold that in theory has been able to is kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of another. It's kind of balances. Inventory full. Oh dear, hang on. Hang on. There might be greys in here for transmog, but
We got the good stuff now.
worry about that another day. Weeks ago I saw 2x4 rousing earth farms. Oh, bots doing it. They even join 2x4 groups or make their own 2x4 groups.
You be careful.
Are they strictly bots then? Can we really categorize them as bots if they're trying to join in groups? What's that? Oh, glowing titan orb. Oh, definitely worthwhile picking that up then. Hang on, there's another thing. All of them have 200 achievement points. Oh, okay, yeah, that's usually a pretty big giveaway. And then there's me doing professions just because it makes sense for a mage to handle books and scrolls and stuff. The thematics of it's really good. If you are just into the thematics of each of the professions, you know, if you want to be a blacksmith and you want to be good at making big, chunky weapons, that sort of stuff, it works really well. And this is why, you know, there's two different sides of the story, right? Because a lot of people look at professions purely as a way of making gold. And I do still believe that, you know, it should be quite a high on the priority list that they do provide ways for people to make gold. But the professions that are out there that are designed to make people gold are gathering professions because there's no risk involved. You go get something and then you sell it to somebody. It's pretty simple, right? It's not rocket science. Crafting professions, on the other hand, there needs to be demand for the thing. If there's no... Oh dear, this is not good. Crab, hurry up and die. I am not killing this thing by myself. Now my crab doesn't seem to want to die. And I don't have... what's the pet thing to make them feign death? You can feign death as your pet as well. Yeah, you can, but it's an ability you have to go get. You don't get it as a hunter by default. Unless they've changed that. Oh, well, somebody came and killed it anyway. Yeah, play dead, I think, is an ability you need to go and buy off a vendor somewhere. Oh, I should probably do the revival catalyst while I'm here. Not that it makes a blind bit of difference on this character, but... Yeah, I'm quite sure that Play Dead is actually in a... I want to say Sholazar Basin. What's the dude in Sholazar Basin? I'm quite sure he sells you the ability to use Feign Death, or Play Dead, as it's called. You don't get it by default. A little bit of random hunter trivia there for you.
Greetings. Beware chaos.
It's one of those 5-minute jobs that you should just go and do, and I just never remembered to actually do. Pew pew you first. Then we go back and kill this thing. Do it now? You're probably right, I should. Oh, come on. Some weeks I get this like first kill. Some weeks it takes me flipping 50 kills to get them. Get it from the Legion class hall. They might have introduced other ways to get it over the years. I always remember it coming from Sholazar Basin. I mean, let's not forget that, like, this character doesn't even have... I found out earlier that I don't even have my master flying. I wonder if that makes any difference to the speed in which you dragon ride. Probably shouldn't, right? I never thought about it. Because they're two separate abilities. Come on, this one. I feel it. Feel it in my bones. Funny thing is you can fly on dragonflight zones at level 10. Can you really? How have you managed to get a level... Why? Not necessarily how, but why have you brought a level 10 to dragonflight? I can't see much of a reason to do it. I'm sure there is one, but... Oh, Cobalt. Oh, I see. For leveling. Ah. Yeah. Sad. It makes sense, though. Annoyingly, as... What in the world is doing? As annoying as it is, it does make an awful lot of sense for them to nerf something like that. Because... they sell boosts, right? They want to sell boosts. If you can level a character to max level, like, super fast, why would you ever buy a boost? It's the annoying, like I said, it's annoying, and I don't think it should be a thing, but it is a thing.
Go, gather meat for us and bring back stories of your exploits.
It was always going to get nerfed. Right, now where's the actual thing I was trying to kill? This thing. I mean, it does kind of go back to the theory that I really do just wish Blizzard would kind of like decide whether they want the game to be super alt-friendly or not. As I'm still greatly of the opinion that they sit on the fence with this. They kind of make the game alt-friendly enough to appease the people who complain about it not being alt-friendly, but they don't actually go all the way to make the game alt-friendly. You still have to achieve things on a per-character basis most of the time. So you could argue there that it's not really alt-friendly. You're still required to do the same thing multiple times on multiple characters. Your achievements as a player are still not particularly... you know, if you've put 50 hours into the game, I think you should have 50 hours of progress, regardless of which character you're playing. There we go, there's our keeper's mark. But that's just my opinion. Let's turn these. Let's just for Nessingway camp. I have a suspicion, right, that... Wow, I don't even have a Dalaran Hearthstone. God, this character's a basic bitch. There was me thinking I could cheese it and get places fast. Apparently not. I've got to go back to Valdrakken anyway. I was going to go get Feigned Death.
Scattered about. Never pass up an opportunity to study the past.
Purely a business perspective. Well, yeah, this is it. There's a fine line between keeping those people happy and keeping them playing. This is the thing, right? They want people to feel the need and the desire, and this has always been Blizzard's attempt, right? The game has, every single expansion that has ever gone past, got slightly more, ever so slightly more alt-friendly. But only enough to say that they are doing something about it. They've never really decided, right, okay, this is it now. It's always been a compromise. It's always been what I call a Blizzard but. They do something, but you have to do this to achieve it, sort of thing. There's always a but. No pet, Feigned Death, no Dalaran Hearthstone, no gear, always dying. Don't even want to watch this misery anymore. I mean, it's shocking, right? Why is it taking us to Zuldazar portal room? I mean, I'm going to trust it, but I'm not quite sure why it's doing it. I put my trust in Zygor. Don't fail me. Click the portal to Silithus? Oh, because there's the teleporter from Silithus to Sholazar Basin. Very clever. Very clever. That said, I am going to be in the wrong timeline for that, though. Am I? I don't know. Maybe not. Let's see. Seems like a very long-ass way about getting to Sholazar Basin, though. Especially without master flying, because I'm now slow. 280% flight speed. Ugh. Gross. Oh well. Cobalt is still worth with rested XP. Tested on my Demon Hunter. 62, 63. Took 14 minutes. 63 to 64. 18, 19 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it's still going, you know, if you've got some level 70 just absolutely nuking the entire zone, it's always going to be beneficial to do it that way. But let's not forget that you used to be able to get from 60 to 70 in like 45 minutes. Which is just wild. A level every 4 to 6 minutes was just bananas. That shouldn't have been a thing. So, but I've got a bunch of level 70s now, so I don't care. Where's Zygor trying to take you? I'm off to Sholazar Basin to get Feigned, what's it called? Play Dead for my pet. Because I believe it's one of the NPCs at the Nessingway base camp in Sholazar. But this teleporter should go pew. No. Huh. Okay. I walked into the light. The light didn't take me anywhere. I have a sneaky suspicion that I've had this problem before. Oh no. Now I'm stuck in the arse end of nowhere. Right. Fudgesicles. Back to Valdrakken we go. That's gonna be me when I die? What, not allowed into the light? Walked into the light, nothing happened. Yeah, god damn. Forget it. It's too much like hard work. Don't need it. It's all an illusion. Do I have my engineering book now? Yes. Good job, scribes. Well done. Engineering book. Tick. Let's go hand in some quests.
Aspects watch over you. Honor all.
Engineering.
Farewell.
Alchemy. We've gathered all of the things, so they're 2 of 2. Right, now I just need, what do I need? I need some order. I need to falsify some orders for this dude. Dalaran Hunter Port to Class Hall would be faster. Or just take Valdrakken to Dalaran Port. Yeah, whatever. I'm not bouncing around. It's not that important to me. You're out here cooking the books. We do need to cook the books. We need to cook... Hang on, what? Oh, there we go. Now it's gone. Engineer. I need to send myself 2 requests for some bolts. 2 handfuls of bolts. And then the books are officially cooked. Portal's there because of the Mythic Plus Legion dungeon. Probably clever. Although that's the wrong Dalaran. Legion Dalaran is the wrong one. I need Northrend Dalaran. I think. Oh, I don't know. It's too much like hard work. I can't be bothered. Don't worry about it. Relax. It's not super important. It's an alt that I never play, so let's where's handful of Ceravite bolts? Personal order, 2 some Doritos, 1 gold commission. Place order. Is engineering 2 or is engineering 3? It's 2, isn't it? It's definitely 2. Feign death or riot. Chase the squirrel or else. Oh, Lord. Placing multiple crafting orders is painful. This is why I don't get why they put intermediates on there. There's no need for intermediates to be on there. The only people who are using intermediates are people who are doing exactly this. People who are cooking the books. People who are making just random ass stuff just to fill orders for their alts. Oh, I don't have any Ceravite. I need 8 pieces of Ceravite ore. Hang on.
Take all the time you need.
Okay, the auction house is being slow, clearly.
I knew.
What? Did I not pick that up from the mailbox? I do this all the time. I buy something off the auction house and then forget to collect it. Oops. One day I'll pay attention to what I'm doing. One day. Boom. Bingo was his name-o. There's orders. Ka-ching. Anything else on this character? I think that's it on this character, you know? I think that for the... I'd say for the week is nearly it. What I haven't done which is a bit sad, is I've not been keeping up with my gathering characters. My Manthieus, my Skinner, is so far behind it's not even funny. I've got about 10 knowledge points on that dude, it's embarrassing. And my Druid with Herbalism and Mining. We got into Herbalism and Mining a little bit before I then decided to move house. And since I have moved house, I haven't picked it back up again, which I probably really should. But I have at the very least got everything I need done for the main profession stuff this week. Which, considering I've had maybe 5 hours to play the game the entire week, I think is pretty good going. Where are we at? I haven't finished the Aiding the Accord quest, which is bad news. When's the next... Oh, we must be close to the next feast, right? Is it not feast o'clock yet? Ah, still an hour away for the next feast. Okay. Might have to put a pin in that one. Tomorrow, though. Let's talk about tomorrow real quickly. Tomorrow is February the 1st, right? February the 1st tomorrow. With tomorrow starts a new Twitch drop, I found. Somebody informed me of. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Goblin Weather Machine, February the 1st to February the 5th. So this goes over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Which is kind of quite cool. No, hang on. It's not Friday tomorrow, is it? It's Wednesday. You know what I mean. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's a new Goblin Weather Machine. Apparently, it's another simple one. It's watch 4 hours of World of Warcraft, watch 4 hours of Dragonflight, between February the 1st and February the 5th, and you get the Goblin Weather Machine, which I believe was an old trading card game toy. So if you are a bit of a collector, that's kind of quite cool. So come say hi. I'll do my best because of this to stream a little bit more. Then so at least Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we'll be streaming, and I'll make sure that we're doing it in line with this. Now starts 10 a.m. PST. So that's either going to need to be a evening stream for me, for it to be when's 10 a.m. PST my time. 10 a.m. PST my time. Okay, that technically doesn't start until like 8 o'clock in the evening. So tomorrow's stream won't have this active. But Thursday and Friday it will, because I stream in the morning, not in the evening. Okay, so Thursday and Friday, and then let's see what we do about weekend streams. I do want to. I'm super itchy to continue playing, and I want to. You know, I've taken far too much time off recently with Christmas, New Year, house move, that sort of stuff. So I want to really get back into it in a big way, and this could be the catalyst for me. We'll get a bit of streaming under our belt. Love is in the Air is also next week. Yes. I, though, do not care. My Love Rocket says I don't care. Love is in the Air was completed last year with the looting of said Love Rocket. Unless they introduce something new to do, I probably won't be paying too much attention to Lovers in the Air. Lucky? I don't know, some 1,000+ kills, if you consider that lucky. I can't. Over the last couple of years, I had 50+ qualifying characters. I think I was killing the boss like 50 times a day. And it's still taken me years and years to get the damn thing. Only in the last couple of years, though, have I had like a huge amount of characters and was really putting effort into it. But I got it, and it's been practically my main mount of choice for the last year. But now it's going to be freebie practically to everybody. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if Blizzard remembers. Blizzard did say that they were going to make this thing more easy to acquire. Let's see if they keep their promise, shall we? It's going to be interesting. But, boys and girls, I'm going to leave it there for today. I'm going to go get me some food. I'm going to go get something to eat. And I'm going to put together some... Well, I'm going to put some effort into actually making some YouTube videos. I feel pretty bad I've not posted a YouTube video in 2 weeks now, which for me is unheard of. I usually like to try and keep 2 or 3 at very least, preferably 4 to 5 videos a week for the YouTube audience. So I'm going to go work on that for a bit. But thank you all for joining. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy goal making. If you are on Team NA, enjoy your reset later on today. If you're on Team EU, we'll enjoy the reset together tomorrow. But until then, boys and girls, have a good one. Peace.